Within a month, we had everybody signed up. And so February, we opened the business. June, we shoot our first tournament, doing something nobody's ever done with the medium. I mean, that timetable is mind-numbing. And when you're in television, you understand, I mean, these guys come in, you know how this stuff works. We were putting up a friggin' set. We had to build an arena that you see on the World Poker Tour. We put all of that stuff together, figured out how to film the hole card so we make sure we get that information, put that together, which nobody's ever done on American television or in any meaningful sort of way, and shoot it all, right? So we did that in June. We sat there, and the woman who founded the company with me, Robin Motor, and I sat there at the end of that first night. And you have inflection points, right? When you're in the middle of this stuff where you just go, you just stop and look and are amazed. And at the end of that, when pretty much everybody else had gone, the two of us just sat next to each other and looked at this monstrous set and this thing that had happened around us with this feeling of, oh my God, we did it. We've been telling people we were going to do it, right? What we do as entrepreneurs, we're selling, right? It's out there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make poker a whole new thing. It's going to be really great. And you tell people that you're going to deliver the moon and the stars, and they put millions of dollars up, and then you go out and you go, well, we got to do it now, right? So we shot the first show, went into a post-production process of show number 1 that took 8 months to edit. 8 months to edit the first show. And at month 2, when Lyle Berman, investor guy, is calling saying, you said you'd have me something to look at it in 6 weeks. I said, yeah, you got to give me a little more time. Because at month 2, it sucked. It just didn't work. We were spending 6 or 7 days a week, 15 hours a day, in an edit bay, me and an editor, going, poker's got to be interesting, right? Because I told people I was going to make it interesting. And we got this information. And the media has latched onto the whole, what we call the WPT cam, which is a necessary but not sufficient thing for making the show work. Because if you imagine, you're now the producer of the first World Poker Tour episode in history, right? And you're sitting there, and if you have to show me, the viewer, that shot every time you want me to remember what cards they had, you're dead. Doesn't make any sense, because I'm sitting there looking at all these players, and there are 3 of them that are still in, and if I have to show you the shot to show what cards they have, it's completely incomprehensible. So we did these things where we're putting all these graphic representations everywhere, and the screen, this much of it was left for the actual image. That didn't work. And I swear to God, I almost killed the first editor. I mean, the guy is still a friend, but I think he was that close to death by the time we had that breakthrough moment. And the breakthrough moment that you see is the thing that allows poker to be a sport, and that is, you watch a World Poker Tour episode or any of the others who have come along afterward, you can put the mute button on, and you can still follow it. Well, before you just couldn't. And the key was these interactive graphics that are actually playing, almost like a video game, over the images. So while you're doing it, you're constantly reminded. You know what the percentage is. You know what the cards are that those people have. So now you are able to follow in some meaningful way with or without the commentary. The other thing we did was live fiction. Before, poker was always done in such a way that it was documentary style. So part of the snooze factor was that you were sitting there thinking, well, you guys played this a long time ago. And they'd say, well, you've just missed 20 hands. And those were not that interesting, so we're here. Well, we got rid of all that and made it play live. So we called it live fiction as the thing that we kind of introduced to the market. And then you're on the edge of your seat. First season, we were up in Reno while they were airing the Bicycle Casino episode, and got to see guys up in the bar, the big bar that we were sitting watching the big screen. They were sitting there, first of all, at the edge of the seat going, no, don't do it, don't go over the edge, because the guy's about ready to throw all his money away. And saw one guy lean over to the other one and said, they're filming this over there right now. All knowing. It was that thing that made it feel present, made it feel alive, and that worked. So it went out, it started airing, and again, thank heavens people showed up, and it became a phenomenon really immediately. There was all kinds of press. It was the hot new thing. That and Queer Eye for the Straight Guy were the two big things in cable discussion that season.